Hello guys and welcome to my channel Knowledge Transfer. In today's topic we will be covering what are the process do we have in accounts payable. So in this video I will be covering this 8 process and there are plenty of it like aging period, custom rule, invoice, halt and release. Many process are there that cannot be covered in one particular video. So let's start with the basic one, this 8, and day by day I will be creating some more video and I will be trying to covering all the process which are available for accounts payable. So let's start with the standard invoice creation. So standard invoice creation is nothing but like whenever you are taking any service from the supplier, so you need to pay some amount for it. So supplier will be sending the invoices and based upon that invoices you will be making a payment. So let's create one invoice. You need to come to this in create invoice page. So as my business unit is Bell US business unit and my supplier is Bell. Let's give test YouTube 001. Let's give 20, and here also we need to give the amount, give the distribution combination. Let's take which is the 410. Great. So these are the mandatory field which you need to fill up while creating an invoice or while testing or while practicing purpose. So this is the header level and this is the line level. So one invoice number can have multiple lines. So based upon the invoices, you can create multiple lines over here. And if there is any text to be calculated, text column will be here. So currently I haven't done any setups for taxes. This is the tax and the total. So total we have 20 and 20. Make sure your line level amount and your header level amount should be matched. Otherwise, system will not allow you to validate the invoice. So here we need to come and validate the invoice. Once invoice get validated, you can post to the ledger means GL. So this is how accounting entry will look like. Expense account to liability account. Where expense account is picking up from the distribution level, whatever the account code combination we had provided in the line level, and the liability account it is picking up from the common option or the supplier site level, wherever we have provided it. So this is how we have created the invoice. Now let's quickly make a payment for it. For making a payment, you need to come to the payables payment screen, go to the task list and create a payment. Give your business unit, select for which supplier you will be making a payment, and the bank account. And those who don't know like from where we have done the setups and all, you can see my previous video where I had completed all the basic setups for accounts payable. Payment document check, come here and click on select and add. Select the invoices. So invoice number was this 20, apply, okay, save and close. So payment number is 3 and we have made a payment. Now let's quickly account it. Click on manage payment, give the payment number, go for search. This is the one. Post to ledger. So when we have created an invoice, the accounting entry was expense to liability. Now it will be liability to cash clearing. So in this way, liability will be knocking off. And once we have done the reconciliation for this particular transactions, so the accounting entry will be cash clearing to cash. So at the end, the last accounting will be expense to cash. So we have created an invoice and we have made a payment for that. So let's quickly check it. Done. Payment is also done for it. Now, invoice creation through spreadsheet means ADfdi. So as we know, or maybe you don't know, we can create a invoices manually, or you can create an invoice through a spreadsheet as well. So ADfdi is nothing but like it will be it is a spreadsheet with which will be tightly integrated with our Oracle system. So it makes our work easy. Like we can create multiple invoices in the Excel sheet, and just in one click of submit and import, all the invoices will be created in our OFC, that Oracle. So apart from this, we do have a FBDI also. That FBDI functionality we used to use mostly for conversion purpose, data conversion purpose, and we can still use it for invoice creation also. Currently, we can ignore that and let's focus on ADFDI. For creating a invoice through spreadsheet, you need to come to the payables under invoices, click on task list. Here we do have create invoices from spreadsheet. Click on save. Now system will ask you to provide the login ID and password. It's just because we do have a tight integration with our system. So let's give my user ID and password. Okay, let's try one more time. Mhm. We had provided user ID and password. Click on skip. So this is how it looks like, and we do have a separate a section called as create invoices, and under that we will be getting a save and submit invoice report import, so that whatever the invoices will be created over here, it will be imported to our Oracle system. So select the business unit, give the invoice number as let's say ADFDI 001, give the invoice currency as USD, you can search as it's a USD. Invoice amount, let's give it 300, and date let me put it as 27/04/2025, and supplier. So let's say you don't know the supplier, you just full name. So what you can do is just double click this Excel cell. It will be giving you a new pop-up screen where you can search the supplier. It's like a same screen integrated. Click on search. This is the supplier name. Click on OK. So it has picked up. Supplier site, because one supplier can have multiple sites. That's the reason. Currently, this supplier had only one site. Click on OK. Give payment currency as USD, but it's a non-mandatory field, so you can ignore that. Amount is same, 300. You can give the distribution code combination also. Let's give this done. So this is how we fill up the invoices in ADfdi. It's not that complicated. Just need 1 2 rounds of practice and that is enough. So our invoice number is ADfdi 001. Now we'll be clicking on save and submit import once we have fill up all the cell. Click on OK. So as you can see, row inserted successfully, but still screen will ask me to run a process here. Import payable invoices. Why is just because first this invoices is landing into the interface table, and from that interface table we are pulling it to our base table so that we will be able to see those invoices in our AP workbench area. If I will not run this process, I won't be able to see it. It will be landing it into the interface table and we cannot be able to see it from the AP workbench area. So let's give it here my business unit and click on submit. Done. We are good to go now. Request ID is this. Click on OK. Now let's check whether system has created or not. System should create it over here, incomplete area, recent area. Let's come back here again. Click on invoices. Yes, it's incomplete area. Let's check the invoice number. Yes, this is our invoice number. This is our amount, supplier, and now the rest of it, everything is same. You will be coming it over here. All the distribution code combination has been submitted. You will be validating the invoices, and based upon that, you can make a payment as well or create account. So this is how ADFDI look like. Next, we have debit memo and credit memo. Let me give a brief of it. So when we take a service from the supplier, let's say we have taken a service from the supplier of 10 quantity at a price of 10 each. So the amount is 100. Now, once we had received those material in our material management area, there will be some inspection, like whether the goods are in the proper condition or not. While finding those, we had find out that one quantity is damaged. So already supply had invoices as offered 100 rupees. So now we want to decrease the amount in case of purchase return. Due to some reason we are returning the goods. So in that way we will be minusing this 10. So in case of purchase return, we are going to use debit memo. Other than purchase return, we are going to use the credit memo. So it's not very complicated. Let me explain one more time. Hopefully, it will go. Whenever we are taking service from the supplier, supplier will be sending us the good, and whenever we are returning back the good due to some personal reason or any reason, like purchase return will be there. We are going to use debit memo. Other than that, we are going to use credit memo. And credit memo and debit memo, it's when we are creating a invoices, there is a section called as type. So which type of invoices it is? So currently it's a standard, but whenever we are creating a debit memo, we will be selecting debit memo, and whenever we are creating a credit memo, we are selecting a credit memo, and we will be applying it into a particular invoices so that the invoice amount would decrease. Now, this was a debit memo, and credit memo also will be doing the same thing, like it will be reducing the invoice amount. But agenda of credit memo is, let's say supplier had billed us, okay, of around 1000 rupees. Let's give it 1000. No, let's make it 100 rupees. But by mistakenly, he had sent us an invoice of 1000. Now, supplier said, okay, uh, if now like if you want to reduce the amount from 900 from that invoices, you can use credit memo. So in that case, we will be minusing minus 900, and it will make us 100 rupees of total invoices. So only in case of purchase return, we are using debit memo, or else we are using the credit memo. Hope I was clear. When we will be going into the system, I will be showing you how it looks like. So for this debit memo, what we can do is debit and credit memo, we will be doing it together in one shot. For that, for testing purpose, let's create an invoice of, let's say, 1000. And what we will do is we will be creating a debit memo of minus 200, and we will be creating a credit memo of ultimately 300. At last payment we will do it for 500. And how the system knows, we will be checking it. So let's go into the system. Let's create one invoice. Invoice of, let's say, test debit memo, credit memo 002, and we will create an invoice of $100, and come here, select $100. Let's take internet expenses, invoice, validate. So this is our invoice number, and upon this invoice number, we will be creating a debit memo and a credit memo. Now let's create a debit memo. Save and close. Create invoices. Everything will be same, just minor changes will be there. So debit memo of minus, okay, debit memo 001 of minus 200. Here we need to change it to debit memo. This is how it looks like. And here we need to go for the correct unmatched invoices. Why it unmatched invoices? Because under against this invoices we don't have a particular PO. So correct unmatched invoices. Click on the arrow mark. Okay. Okay. Now give the invoice number. For which invoice do you want? So the invoice was of 100 amount, and we are creating a debit memo of minus 200. So click it here. This is what you want, and give it a minus 200. Click on apply. Oh, sorry. I sh mm, 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 mm. What I did is I had created an invoice of $100, right? So what we can do now, so we have created of $100, so let's remove 110 from here. Otherwise, system will not allow us. Yeah, ultimately we'll making a payment of $50. So let's close this, give it here 20. Okay, clear this line. Okay, let's do it again. Now minus 20. Click on apply. Done. Click on OK. So as you can see, whenever we have selected minus 20 from a particular debit memo, from a particular invoices, system is freezing the field call as distribution combination. Why? Because the expense account should be same. It is picking up from the main standard invoices. Now click on action and validate. So we have created a debit memo. Now let's create a credit memo against that particular invoices. Great. Now credit memo 001. This time will be minus 30. Select the standard type as credit memo. Correct. Unmatch invoices. Click on arrow mark and search for the invoices. Correct. Minus 30. Click on apply. Click on OK. So we have validated this as well. Now, whenever we are going to make a payment of a debit memo and credit memo for a particular invoices, make sure you select the invoices plus make sure you are selecting the debit memo and the credit memo also against those invoices. Otherwise, system will not reduce the amount. It will be start paying 100 rupees. It will not be decreasing the amount automatically. Let me show you how we need to make a payment. Click on payment. Come here, task list, create payment, select the business unit, select your supplier, bank account, payment process profile, and payment document is check. And add your invoices. So if we are going to select only this and we will be clicking on apply and save and close, means system will be making a payment for $100. So what we need to do is select this select the standard invoices plus press control button and select debit memo and credit memo also and click on apply. Okay. So now we are making a payment of $50. Click on save and close. So this is how we create debit memo and credit memo. So we are done with this. Okay. Now let's do pay a loan. Now as per the requirement, supplier want, see normally with a single check, let me explain in this way. Mm, let's say there is one bell supplier who had given us 10 invoices, okay, and all 10 are separate invoices. So we can make a payment with a single check. Let's say 10 invoices has 10 dollars. So ultimately, we are going to make $100 payment to a particular supplier, same supplier, specific supplier, right? Bell supplier. So we can make a single payment of $100 through one check. But there is a requirement like supplier need separate check for all the invoices. There are 10 invoices, so he need ten separate checks. So what we can do is we can set up in the system in such a way that system should not allow you to make a payment through one check. So let's see how it look like. So, and for that we need to pay alone, right? Pay alone. We need to enable a checkbox and enable a checkbox at supplier site level. Pay each invoice alone. Done. And for process we can do is we will be create two invoices and try to make a payment through single check. System should stop you. Let's do that. Now let's go to the supplier side level. Search for the supplier. It's Bell. At supplier site level, we should have an option called as pay invoice alone. There should be. Mhm. Let me check it out. Payment, not in payment general. Under payment, yeah, this is the one. Payment attributes. Mm, separate payment and delivery. Payment specification. Yes, this is the one. Pay each invoice alone. Once you enable this checkbox, click on save and close. So now the system will stop you to make a single check payment for a multiple invoices for this particular supplier. So let's create two invoices and try to make a payment through a single check. How it looks. Create invoices. Well, now test pay alone 001 of $2 to let's give any distribution set is there. Yes. So we have selected the internet expenses over here. Now let's quickly validate those invoices. Continue. As I had tested multiple times, that's the reason it is showing as warning. You can validate the invoice. Okay, why this error is showing up? It's two. What happened? Hmm. Let's create another invoices. Maybe there's some bug that can be solved later. Let's create one invoices again. Bell test pay alone 002 20 rupees standard invoices 20 give a distribution set invoice and validate continue. Why it is throwing this error? Mhm, mhm. Let's validate it. Invoices panel. Okay, test 87899 and 20 should take it. 20. Let's give a distribution. Let's try this one more time. If it didn't work, then we'll find some other way. Another instance. Validate. Continue. Validate. Okay. Let's try in this instance then. Here also I had done the same setups, same rapid implementation and same supplier. Let's see. Let me enable at supplier site level. Procurement. Yeah. Here also I did the same setups. So it will be in sync the supplier also. Well, supplier. This is the supplier. Let's enable it at the supplier site level. Page invoice alone. Save and close. Done. Now let's create two invoices for the supplier. Supplier was Bell supplier. Pay alone 001 $20. Then $20. Let's give distribution code combination. Invoice validate. So this invoice has been validated and the invoice number is P8001 for a particular supplier called as Bell supplier. Now let's create one more. Pay alone, this time 002. Let's make it 30. Go to the line, give the line as 30. Distribution code, we can select it as same invoice and validate the invoice. When this invoice will be validated, we will be trying to make a payment through a single check and look like whether the system is throwing the error or not. Let's save and close this. And one more thing, pay alone, right? Recently completed pay alone. One more thing I would like to show you guys is invoice. Go to open the invoices and go click on manage installment, and you can check already the checkbox has been enabled as pay alone. So this is how system will track like whether this invoice has been we need to make a payment through a separate check or we can make a payment through a combined check. So we are done with this. Go to payment, click on create payment. System should stop us to make a payment through one check. So we'll be selecting two invoices. So click on add PA1 and 2. So I want to select all two. Click on apply. System is throwing an error messages. You can't pay these invoices with other invoices because it's a pay alone invoices, or you already selected a pay alone invoices. So what we can do is, so system will allow you to make a payment through single check only for single invoices. So let's select one, click on apply, click on OK. System is allowing to make a payment of a single check. Hope this was good. This was quite interesting. So we are done with pay alone also. Now we have prepayment invoices. What we have is prepayment. Let's say we are going to take a service from the supplier which is very new, or we are very new to that particular supplier and we are going to take a service for the first time. So supplier can't give us goods or services without taking any advances. Why? Just because we are not having any trust, or we haven't taken any service from that particular supplier and make a payment on time. So suppliers should ask us. So do one thing, like can you make a payment right now? And whenever you are taking service from us, you can adjust those amount. That is one of the option. Or let's say you give me 10,000 bucks right now, and you don't take that 10,000 bucks until unless you are taking service from us. You need to pay us a particular amount to us, whatever the service you are going to take from us. You need to pay for that, and whenever you are going to stop the services permanently, you can take back those particular 10,000 bucks. So this is how it looks like. So what we call is prepayment. We have two types of prepayment: temporary and permanent. Permanent prepayment. So temporary prepayment means we are going to take we are going to make a payment to the supplier of 10,000, but whenever we are going to take a service from the supplier, let's say of 1,000, that yeah, 1,000, and this one will be 10,000. We are going to adjust those 1,000 in that particular 10,000. So it will become 9,000 which are available. Then again we are going to take a service of, let's say, 3,000. Okay. So again it will be available around of 6,000. In this way it will be going on. So this is how temporary prepayment work. Now, permanent prepayment means we have given advance to the supplier of 10,000. But whenever we are taking a service of 1,000, we are going to make a payment for that 1,000. We still have 10,000. We are not reducing this 10,000. When we will be going to take those 10,000 is when we are not going to take any service from the supplier, and we came at a conclusion that we want 10,000 back. We are not going to take any service from you anymore. So this is how permanent prepayment look like, and how it make different from each other, like how system knows whether it's a temporary prepayment or permanent prepayment, that we will be seeing while checking it into the system. So it's very simple. Like the setups will be, we are going to invoice option and enable a checkbox. Let me show it. Under invoice option, there will be a section called as prepayment. Yep. We need to enable a checkbox call as so available prepayment during invoice entry. And there is one thing called as settlement days. It's one of the interesting box. Now, let's say you have make a prepayment to the supplier of any amount, let's say, and you want us or you want system, that system should know not show that prepayment for a particular days. Let's say on the 1st of August you had make a prepayment, but you want that prepayment should be available for applying into any invoices from 11th of August. In that case, we can give it as a settlement days of 10 days. System will show that prepayment only after 10 days of the creation of the prepayment. So this is how settlement days work. So this is the prepayment. We have enabled the checkbox. Now let's create a prepayment. Bill supply. This one will be pre 0123. Prepayment of, let's say, of 100. Okay, 100. Okay, so we need to give this standard type or type of that invoice also as prepayment. Otherwise, system will not understand. Let's clear this out. Give us 100. Distribution code, we can give it as prepayment. Okay, actually this account code combination I have an enable. So what I can do is let's quickly enable it. Once we enable it from here, we are good to select those accounts. So let's give advance, give add fill, account company. Let's give account as a condition, and what was 15015. 15015. So this is the one. So this is here, it is not available. So what we can do is enable this, click on save and close. Now system way should not stop you from here. So we are good to go. So here is one of the interesting factors. Once you validate the invoice, it will not show you as validated. It will be showing you as unpaid. And once you make a payment for it, it will start showing you available. Available means it is available to apply on any of the invoices. So let's look how. I'll be validating these invoices. It should show as unpaid. Now let's quickly make a payment. I will be making a payment from here itself. Pay in full option. Select the payment process profile. Select the payment document as check. Click on submit. So we are done. So it is showing us available. Now, whenever we are going to create invoices for a particular supplier again, system can show us the available prepayment is there or not. So let's quickly create one. Save and create. Now this time it will be a standard invoices. INV. Let's give 5656. And prepayment was of $100, so let's give 20. We are going to adjust it from that particular invoices. Yep. And one more thing, what I was missing is, yeah, click on show more. Here we have, okay, that is in the prepayment invoices. If this checkbox will be enabled, allow prepayment application means it's a temporary prepayment, it's not a permanent prepayment. Once you disable this checkbox, it will become a permanent prepayment. So currently it's a in standard invoice, it's not a prepayment. So this checkbox is freeze. Now give it here 20. I will be showing it into the prepayment as well. Wait, let's give some account. Uh, okay, let's give this account only. Otherwise, I need to go back and enable again. Now come here and apply prepayment. System will start looking whether we do have a prepayment or not for this particular. Yes, we do have a two prepayment over here, and for which prepayment I want to apply it. So let's apply on this. It's applying on this V20. Yep. Let's apply here. Click, select that prepayment PRE00. Let me mark it here. Why? Just because I want to show you how to look whether it's a permanent or temporary. Click on apply. Done. So it became 80. So it has been applied. Now click on validate. So this is how prepayment works. Now let me quickly show you one thing. That what was a prepayment completed recently. Yeah. I want to show you guys this show more option. So see here it was enabled as allow prepayment application. That's the reason system understand this prepayment is a temporary prepayment and it's not a permanent prepayment, and system was allowing us to see whether any prepayment is available for this particular supplier or not. But once we disable the checkbox, it's treated as a permanent prepayment, and whenever you try to figure it out or apply those invoices to a permanent to a prepayment, system will not show you any prepayment if you are not enabling this checkbox. This is how prepayment works. So hope I was clear till now. So we are good with this as well. Great. So we have covered around 8 scenario in our accounts payable. In this way, I will make multiple videos and try to complete as many as I can. And hopefully you will get some knowledge, and even I'll be getting some experience of teaching. So great. Thanks for watching this video, and thanks everyone. Please do like and subscribe my channel known as Knowledge Transfer. Thank you.